Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the country bids final farewell as it reflects on the colorful legacy of one of its finest sons. The government eyes the broad use of solar energy as it looks to cut costs and environmental decay. And here are the plans of the New Year's Day Junkanoo champions for the future of the organization. All those stories and more straight ahead in the Bahamas tonight.
Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news is brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm Keishla Adderley. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news this evening, Sir Clifford Darling, the fourth Bahamian Governor General in an independent Bahamas, was laid to rest today, hailed as a nationalist who changed the country with his commitment to transformative causes. In a string of tributes to Sir Cliff, as he was affectionately called, colleagues gave personal accounts which reflected a statesman determined to form a Bahamas which would afford Bahamians all the privileges that their nation had to offer. Tonight we have team coverage on the state funeral, beginning with our Janaea Noel Ferguson.
The life of Sir Clifford Darling, former Governor General of the Bahamas, was celebrated during a state funeral at the Zion Baptist Church. Government and opposition officials, as well as Bahamians from all walks of life, joined his family to remember the freedom fighter and nation builder of the modern Bahamas. Paying tribute, His Excellency Sir Arthur Folkes.
Clifford Darling, by his life, by his service, by his courage, by his personal dignity and integrity, proved once again that good and even great things can come out of the Bahamian Nazareth.
Sir Arthur added that despite his many achievements, Sir Clifford always remained humble.
Clifford Darling was more of a fixed star rather than a shooting star, an inspiring presence, the perfect mix of necessary patience and steely determination. Perhaps at an unspoken level, he communicated to his followers the possibility of gaining a place at the table without wrecking the house.
A special tribute from Prime Minister Hewitt Ingram to Sir Clifford was included in the program. Ingram noted that he met Sir Clifford more than 40 years ago, and the man who wore many hats was most proud of his leadership role in the labor movement at the time of the 1958 general strike. He said, "We owe a great debt of gratitude to him for half a century of public service." Meantime, Sir Clifford was also a member of the Progressive Liberal Party and served as its MP for Anglerston. Party leader Perry Christie said, "Persons should enter and leave this world as Sir Clifford did."
Sir Clifford Darling had a good name. He earned it, and he kept it throughout his long and eventful life. And he died with that good name fully intact. It is unfortunate that Sir Clifford's modesty was such that his heroic role in the general strike has never been as well known as that of others who held center stage at that time. But that never bothered Sir Cliff. He didn't need to have the spotlight centered on him.
As you heard, Sir Clifford Darling played a pivotal role in the social and political advancement of our country. His profound legacy will live on for generations to come. Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS News.
Well, Sir Clifford's life story is an inspirational one to all of us. His rise from a humble taxi driver to the highest office in the land, an example of what one can achieve if they follow their convictions and work hard enough. Trade unionist, member of parliament, House Speaker, Senator, Cabinet Minister, and Governor General. Not only was Reverend T.G. Morrison, meantime Sir Clifford's pastor, but he served as his spiritual advisor. During his sermon today, he referenced the former Governor General's life's work.
The truth of the matter is, we have to seriously ask ourselves,
If the Bahamas of today is the Bahamas that Clifford Darling and the others who are now labeled as freedom fighters, is this the Bahamas that they envisioned? A Bahamas where education is scoffed at and spurned, and ignorance and its twin, hopelessness, have caused many to become menaces to themselves and to innocent and unsuspecting people around them. A Bahamas where political prowess, where political ambition, where political aggrandizement is far more crucial than the empowerment of the masses. For rather than to serve, there are many who seek to be served.
Still on the state of the country, Reverend Morrison said he believes the country has abandoned its traditions as there is an apparent disregard for anything sacred.
Is this the Bahamas that Clifford Darling envisioned? A Bahamas that is losing respect for everything and anything that is consecrated and called to be holy? Where we no longer have respect for the Church of Jesus the Christ, where the things and the people who act as stewards, yea, avant-gardes of the glorious gospel are harassed no wit's end. And yet, brothers and sisters, the spirit of apathy and the spirit of anti-Christ-likeness is allowed to run rampant, while a tokenistic, yea, froth spirituality is now hyped up, and therefore the growing incongruence between what we say and what we practice is yielding dire consequences.
Now, seating inside the Zion Baptist Church was limited, but that didn't stop scores of ordinary Bahamians from participating in the tribute to Sir Clifford. Scores of them lined the route to watch the color guard procession, while others assembled outside the church on East and Shirley Streets to get a glimpse of the late Governor General's coffin. Our Carla spoke with some of them.
Understandably, they were not privy to a formal invitation. Still, that didn't stop Bahamians from all walks of life from attending. Those residents who were outside Zion Baptist Church Thursday morning would tell you they got the best seats in the house. They sat on the walls, lined the streets, and just stood quietly under trees near the church. Their reasons for being there were the same.
When a true national hero dies, it requires respect of all the Bahamian people, regardless of what color or race or creed they may be, that they come forward and show their respect. Because all countries have people who make them what they are. And we all here because of the sacrifice and the peace of those that man did for us. So we all should be here to say thank you for a wonderful life and what you've given to us and to all the people in this country.
I just come to see a good man. Because of him, that's why National Insurance is here today.
He did a good job in National Insurance, the taxi union.
You say about National Insurance in particular, why?
And because through him, it caused us to have more than what we have now. In the maternity, sick benefit, everything things like that.
I remember him during his time as a Speaker of the House, because during that time I was just coming out of high school. So I remember him with the wig and the gown and keeping order in the House of Assembly at that time.
He made a lasting contribution to this nation. I mean, it wasn't for national insurance, now many people would have been, I don't know what state they would have been in, but that is already lift for a lot of our people.
So Sir Clifford's life and legacy of that of service to his country. He was a statesman of the highest order.
You can appreciate anybody
like Sir Clifford, and that's why I'm basically here.
Very patriotic and a great leader, and he will be greatly missed.
Carla Palmer, ZNS News.
Now, Bay Street merchants also paused today to reflect on the contributions of the late Governor General. Here's Fern Carey.
Downtown merchants among those reflecting on the passing of former Governor General Sir Clifford Darling and the role he played in building the nation. At the T-shirt factory, store manager Maria Roberts said employees were swamped with questions from tourists who watched Sir Clifford's funeral procession. However, Roberts said it provided an opportunity to pass on some Bahamian history.
The customers, what was in here, they were asking questions, who was he? And it was very interesting that we could say, well, he was one of our former Governor General. He was way back when Sir Lyndon Pinlin was in power, and he taught us a whole lot from school and about of the other countries. Other than that, the whole uniform procession was very neat. It was different.
Over at Tunan shop, store clerk Alicia Smith also answered questions from curious visitors about the former Governor General.
We stand in the front and we all watched it. We had some customers watching it with us. They did ask what it's about. One asked if somebody died or if somebody just got shot. I had to tell them who died and why they're having it and where they're going.
And although Solomon's Mines was busy training staff, manager Sam Hasrani indicated that the company still sent a representative to the state funeral.
We always take half of what the actual stuff on the floor it is. But Mr. Finnis and Clyde Finnis has gone to attend from our side.
Now, this is reportedly the busiest time of the year for retailers. However, manager at the Breitling boutique, Nick Simmons, had this to say.
Most individuals or salespersons would not want to be off the shop floor at this particular time, but this is the time when most stores generate the largest for the year. So I think we would want to obviously have somebody present.
Fern, Carey, ZNS News.